Hello, and good morning to you. It is 1 a.m. in the morning here in the United States of America. I find it necessary to, I fell asleep earlier to wake up and to work now in the early hours of the morning. I have the energy and the lack of distraction of the rest of the world. While everybody is asleep, I can work. I wanted to give what's called a prelude or an introduction to the video that I'm making here to present. Many people have seen my presentation on WhatsApp where I spoke of the demise and the death of a gentleman on the island of Dominica named Anthony Comedy. Commodore, not comedy, sorry, Commodore. And Anthony Commodore was an attorney. And in law and in the practice of law, people often speak of who do you consider to be your most worthy opponent in terms of who is an adversarial attorney that you consider to be skilled, to be very pragmatic, to be very skillful, very. And I must say, from the depth of my soul, that Anthony Commodore was not a worthy adversary. Now, many have said that my videos and my taking the the news of the demise of Anthony Commodore that somehow I'm celebrating his death. And I wanted to say to you tonight that none of us, just a single one of us, we never celebrate the death of anyone. When we have those of you who are Christians, whether you're Hindu, whether you're Jewish, whenever you gather to remember someone who have departed, you don't call it, it is a celebration in fact, because what we say is that we come to celebrate the life and the legacy of that person. We come to celebrate the life and the legacy of that person. So those of you who have misinterpreted my commemoration of the departure of Anthony Commodore, I want you to know that you are wrong, that I am not joyful at his departure. I would have been more joyful if he would have responded to my emails. I would have been more joyful if he would have answered my answers to his filing in the courts. I would have been more joyful if his niece, Joan Commodore, did not make my documents in the court disappear. And I would have been more joyful if I had an opportunity to go toe-to with him as an adversarial attorney. But that didn't occur. It did not occur because he was a defective human being, a defective individual. He was a con artist. He served me by publication on the island of Dominica, knowing fully well that I live in the United States of America and that every goddamn piece of information he needed to contact me is in the probate of my stepfather's will. He knew damn well that his client, Gloria LaRocque, if she says she was close to her father, she would know where Peter Lander lives in the United States, his phone number and his address. And any one of you can go on the internet and type in Peter Lander or the Lander Financial Group, and all of my information will come up. And anybody who owns property in the United States, the Russians, the Chinese, the North Koreans, the Ukrainians, not the Slovakians, what's those people again from Yugoslavia? The Serbs. All of the modern day criminals can find you because you're right there on the internet. Anthony Commodore put my service in the sun, and the judge accepted it as service. And the judge ruled in absentia against me. So, yes, he was an adversary. He was an inadequate adversary. He was not a worthy adversary. And on the occasion of the learning of his demise and of his death, we celebrate the legacy of his life. We celebrate the departure of his life. And we make absolutely no fucking apologies for that. If Vladimir Putin died from a heart attack tonight, many of you who do not understand the struggle between Russia and Ukraine would be, oh, we're so happy Putin is dead. I am not happy that Anthony Commodore is dead. I'm very disappointed because now he will never be able to answer my emails or to take my phone call or to receive me in his office the way he refused to receive me when I went to discuss the case with him. So all I'm saying to you, those of you who look at this video, who look at the celebration of the life of Anthony Commodore, commemorating his accomplishments and his greatness, and think that somehow we are rejoicing in his death. No, we are not rejoicing. We are celebrating his life and his accomplishment, and we are acknowledging that he was a bullshit attorney. He was a con artist attorney, and he was not a worthy adversary. And if you don't like it, you can take it and you can do what I always tell you all to do. Take it and shove it up your anus. With that said, take a moment, look at the beautiful way we honored and remember Anthony Commodore. And we have committed 7 days of remembrance. We can't do 9 because we don't have all the money for 9 days of celebration, 9 days of drinking. Our liver will not take it. 1 bottle of Johnny Walker Double Black, that's all he deserved. And that's done with. Everything else is prayer and fire sacrifices. And those of you who don't like it, it's okay. God bless you. I bless you. We bless you. This is what we do in the church of the Voodoo Master and in the house of the Voodoo Master. Those of you who don't want to be my friends anymore because of this, it's okay. Because I am a man without friends. I count my friends on both hands. And I don't even believe that I can finish the second hand. I think I barely can count them on one hand. Because people only love you and friends only love you when things are going well. Because it's never good to be loved. It is better to be feared than to be loved. You're only loved when things are going well. But the minute that there's trouble, those who claim to love you, they'll very quickly run away. So it's okay if one has no friends and one stands on his own and instill the fear of God, the fear that they say they have for Jesus and for God into their souls. It is always better that way. As always, I bless you and I ask you to take your time and to look at this video in full context. Some of you have gotten a bit and bite of a video in which I said that I would intercuss Mr. Ribbon Blackmore and Levi Peter with acts of grace. I would commit sodomy on them because of their illegality and their unprofessionalism. But you didn't see the whole video. You don't know the context. You don't know what comes before it. You don't know what leads up to such a conclusion. It takes a lot to go to such a conclusion. Take your time. Go on YouTube. If you don't have YouTube, borrow your friend's YouTube and go see the whole video. Once again, this is an interlude, an introduction to let you know that we are not rejoicing at the death. Because guess what? I am dying. And I expect to die at any time, at any moment. And you can learn of my death and my demise. Are you going to celebrate? What have I done to you? Have I hurt you? Did I sue you in court? Did I tie up your land? Did I put caveats on your property for no reason? That's what Anthony Commodore did to me. And he would not take my phone call, he would not take my emails, and he would not respond to my written letters. So, yes, we are. We say, yes, damn good riddance. And guess what? He's not the only one. Michael Bruni tied us up for 12 years, and he's gone. And there's another woman who worked with Michael Bruni, and we're waiting for her. We may go before her, but chronologically, she's supposed to go before us. You all who fuck with us will come to fear us because we have an army, we have arms, and most interesting of all is that now we own drones. Drones we can carry in our back pocket and we can use to do damage to our enemies. But we don't want violence. We're not for war. We believe the pen is mightier than the sword, and Marcus Garvey told us the tongue is even sharper. And I know that many of you, having heard the tongue of His Holiness and the tongue of this great and mighty movement, are more fearful of our words than you even are of our pen and of our swords. And so we'll continue to deliver the word to you. May you be in peace. Take your time and watch this video. It is very interesting. It gives you the facts and it tells you why when someone like Anthony Commodore has departed, he is worthy of a bottle of Johnny Walker Double Black. Listen, you think I wanted to spend $55 or $60 on that bottle? Hell no. We need food. We have bills to pay. But we had to, because we had to commemorate his life, his legacy. So who the hell is offended? Be offended. Choke on your offense. Drown on your offense. Die on your offense. And we'll make a video for you as well.
My fellow patriots, my friends, my comrades, supporters, believers and believers alike. On this evening, I had to break with discipline and with tradition, and I had made a commitment and gave up drinking. But some news came to us today that I immediately had to go to the liquor store and to get a bottle of alcohol and to have a drink. And it's not a celebratory drink, but it's in memoriam, in memorial of an event that has occurred today. To the few of you, and to those of you who know, Anthony Commodore was a cockroach attorney on the island of Dominica. And Anthony Commodore sued me in Dominica, and he served me by publication, knowing fully well that I would not be aware of the lawsuit. And I wrote to Anthony Commodore, and I said prayers for him, and I said mass for him, and I warned others about him, including the chief registrar of the Supreme Court on the island of Dominica. And I went to visit Anthony Commodore, and he would not receive me. He was scared and afraid of me. And today, a comrade on our group inquired, he said, does anyone know Anthony Commodore? And I said, yes, I know him. He's dying from prostate cancer. I said, these prophetic words, he's dying from prostate cancer. Shortly thereafter, the response came that Anthony Commodore had departed and he had demised. And let me tell you this. I take no joy in the death or the demise of anyone, not even my worst enemies. For I'm the first one to tell you that I'm dying. And at any moment and at any time, you can learn of my demise and of my departure. I claim death first-handed. I don't run from it, I run towards it. But Anthony Commodore was a criminal attorney. He defended a guilty man for murder, which you don't do when you're an attorney, and the person tells you that they committed the murder. He falsified documents against me, and I cursed him for it. I put a curse on him, a voodoo curse. I did a fire ceremony, as I did for Gloria LaRocque and Peter Joseph. So Peter Joseph was the first to go, and now Anthony has gone, and Michael Bruni has gone. And all these were adversaries in matters against me. Pope Peter Emmanuel I, the voodoo master, the witch doctor. And if you don't believe in me, if you don't care about me, if you don't love me, you must at least fear me, because I'm telling you, I'm taking them down one by fucking one. And the question is, who's next? Who is next on the list? We have now dealt with Anthony Commodore, and we're going to deal with each and everybody likewise at a time and a place of our choosing. Fear the words of the Pope. Fear the words of the Pope, and fear the voodoo master and the witch doctor the same way you pretend to fear God and to fear Jesus. Because my words are powerful, my vision is powerful, and what I wish for always comes to passing. It always comes to pass. And so while I do not celebrate the departure of Anthony Commodore, in a little way it's a victory, because he was corrupt, he was deceitful, and he was not honest. And he tied up my property, he tied up my land, and he was fucking with my probate, and this is what you get. Death. Death is what you get. And yes, I'm dying, and I will die. But I will die at a time and a choosing of my place. And all those who have arrayed against me, they will surely fall before I fall. I will be the one to turn the lights out. God bless you. The Voodoo Master bless you. The Church of the Voodoo is with you. And those of you who are believers know that you have our protection now and forever to come. And go in the courthouse. Go check the case. Anthony Commodore and Peter Joseph representing Gloria LaRocque. And both of these motherfuckers are dead now. They're dead. Gloria LaRocque is the next one to drop dead. Her fat and ugly prostitution ass. Again, I don't like to speak this way, but hey, sometimes you have to speak the truth. May the peace I give unto you, as Jesus said unto the Romans, my peace I give unto you. And I give my peace unto you today, and I'll take a sip for Anthony's soul. May he see Jesus. May he meet Carlton. May he meet Peter Joseph. As is traditional in our practice, and as Auntie Ines had taught me, we have to smoke a little tobacco for the departed, or what you all call the dead. This is a Moby. What do you call a Moby? A little piece of the cigar. If it was a case of a cigarette, you call it a Moby cigarette. It's a Moby cigar. We make some puffs now for the soul of Anthony Commodore. Maybe he rests in damnation and in never-ending peace for the evil that he sowed on the earth. But I want you all to know it's the family of the woman who was murdered, who ordered the hit on Anthony Commodore. I didn't do it, okay? I have nothing to do with the killing of Anthony Commodore. The lady that ordered the hit their family. They went to Haiti. I gave them the contact, and they got in touch with the right people, and they took out Anthony Commodore, and I am with them 100%. And Anthony Commodore deserved what he got. And listen, I'm going to die. I'm not afraid. But while I'm alive, as you can see, I'm enjoying every fucking minute. The only thing I'm not having is sex. I'm tired. I had enough sex in my life. Now it's time for battle. A luta continua. A luta continua. To those of you who doubt the power of the Voodoo Master, who doubt the power of this church, who doubt the power of Francois Macandal, of whom I am his reincarnation, and for whom I will wage war against the unbelievers and against the slave masters and the oppressors. Without allies and without weapons, I will be victorious. In one of the presentations, I said Commodore will see Peter Joseph, he'll see Carlton, he'll meet Mimi, my most passionate sins, and she'll slap his ass in hell. And she'll make sure he gets no pussy while he's in hell. And he'll be tormented in hell because he came against her most beloved and dearly Peter Emmanuel. I want to warn all of you out there, all of you, and in particular, I want to warn the High Court and the Chief Registrar and tell her, you better do your job. I told you about the case with Anthony. Right before his death, I contacted you. I tell you, I am dying and we're all dying. I told you somebody's going to die. And I gave you the list of people who have been fucking with me that have died already. So if you want to act against me, I will put you on the list. And this weekend, I'll make a sacrifice in your honor. But after 10 days of writing to you and you haven't responded to me, that means you have an issue. I wrote to you all official letters and you all sent it back. I am warning Levi Peter because you too are suffering from prostate cancer. Levi Peter has prostate cancer. And Levi, Get over your anger and get me out of your business, and you'll be cured. You'll have you see, I gave Carlton LaRock a 5-year extension of life. This is what I do. I give life. When my wife died in my arms, I brought her back to life and extended her life. And this man killed her. Now, we're not ready yet to deliver justice on him because he still has to pay child support. But as soon as his child support is over, he's going to meet the justice that we have in store for him. So I'm making this last video here to tell you that Levi Peter, Minister of National Security, the guy from Maho who is very ignorant, Rayburn Blackmore, do not fuck with me. Do not fuck with me. Because I'm going to fuck you in your ass with axle grease, because that's the only lubrication that's going to work. You think I'm fucking around? Go to your doctor and check your prostate, because I'm taking each of you out with prostate cancer. And in Dominica, you don't have the necessary means and the necessary health to survive prostate cancer. Please, whatever you do, don't fuck with Peter Lander. Peter Lander is the grandson of Fedelin Sukuyan. Fedelin Sukuyan is the daughter of Sin Benoit. And my auntie Ines, the fortune teller, gave me all her powers before she died. And she went and she lay down in the bed and she died. Nobody in the United States fuck with me, you know. I'm not afraid of the police. I'm not afraid of the judiciary. They all know who I am. And you can check my YouTube just to see who and what I am. I bless you in the name of Francois Macandal, our everlasting hero, and the great and mighty people of the Haitian Republic, until the day that our people come from misery to poverty with dignity. The struggle continues. A luta continua. And I am leading this struggle in my old age and until I die. This battle I'm not afraid for. Death I do not fear. And death I welcome. I enjoy every vice and every pleasure until that time comes. You hypocrites and pretentious Christians. Hey, you all, I don't want to overbear you and to overburden you, but I know how much you all love me. Because who else is there to love? There's nobody as entertaining as I am and interesting. You understand? So, I want to tell you, I'm getting ready to have dinner. Quesadillas. Kiss the ass. And that means kiss Anthony Commodore's ass. And may his ass rot in heaven. And as you can see, I can light a cigar in the wind without a proper lighter. I tell you, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Satan, my father, who begotten me with my mother. Satan came all the way from hell, an intercourse runner, and had me. Woo! What a day that was. What a day that was. This is for Anthony Commodore. And I am sorry for those of you who are upset. I'm sorry for the Minister of National Security. I'm sorry for the Registrar. I'm sorry for Joan Commodore. Please accept my sympathy on the death of your uncle. But your uncle cheated me in life. He betrayed me in life. And for that reason, I must pee-pee on his grave. Yes, 7 nights of celebration. 7 nights of remembrance. In the Catholic Church, we have 9 nights. But in the Voodoo Church, we have 7 nights. We do everything in odd numbers. 7. 9 is odd too, but we don't have enough money to go 9 nights for Commodore. He's not worth it. I tell you, there's nothing nicer than smoking a good cigar. Oh. Okay, this is it for tonight. I will give you the next celebration tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to do a fire for Commodore, a fire worship. But really and truly, the fire worship is not for Commodore. The fire worship is for the rest of our enemies that are impeding us and standing against us and seeking to frustrate us. And that will be for the people running the courthouse, the people running the cases, the registrar, the Attorney General, and the Minister of National Security. And we're not afraid to say it. And tell Blackmore he's from Mao, he should know about voodoo and he should know about Obia. And he should know my family. My family is an Obia family. And you should always be fearful of the Obia man. And tell Blackmore, if he don't set things right in the court and set me free, I will make sure his children does not learn in school. Even if they have graduated, they have become lawyers or whatever, I will transform them into prostitutes and hoes and drug addicts. You doubt me? Call the bluff of the Voodoo Master. All who have fucked with the Voodoo Master has met their end. Commodore met his end. Peter Joseph met his end. Michael Bruni met his end. Let's see who is next. If you think it's me, then you bet on me. But if the white man can't kill me, I don't think you can.
So long I'm trying to pass.
Who the fuck ever told you that there's some mumbo jumbo God living up in the sky and you believe that shit? Man is God and God is man. And we know it. We see it. If God wasn't fucking man, he wouldn't make an electric car. He wouldn't make a rocket that can go into space and come back down and land. He wouldn't be able to rip your hat off and put a new one in you and give you extended life. You wouldn't be able to take your vagina and turn it to a penis, and take your penis and turn it into a vagina. God is man and man is God, and you're looking at the picture and the very essence of God. So go and tell the motherfuckers. Tell your gossip group that Pope Emmanuel said he is God, and all who come against him shall be crushed. Because my voodoo is so fucking strong that it scares the fuck out of me. Because anything I fucking think comes into being. To those of you who Commodore was your friend, I apologize. I saw the accolades that the Dominica Bar Association wrote for Commodore, and every fucking thing was a lie. Commodore was a thief, a conniver, and a deceitful practitioner of law. He served me in the sun. He made up a falsified affidavit in which he alleged that I cremated my stepfather the day after he died. And Gloria Larrock need to watch it. If you know Gloria Larrock, let her know that she is next on the list. You understand? Because the only way we can do is to kill them softly, and after they're all dead. And that's what Mimi told me. She said, Peter, you just have to kill them softly. And when they're all dead, all matters will be settled in your favor. Fenty Larrock's been dead for 5 years, and Selma Dupini will not tell the court. Neither did Mikey Bruni tell the court. But the minute I told them Carlton was deceased, they informed the court. I'm not a fool. I was never a fool. If I were a fool, I would never make it this far. Particularly in the United States of America. They fear me in the United States of America. The white people fear me, so you Negroes have to fear me as well. You must fear me the way you pretend to fear God and to fear Jesus. Because I don't fuck around. I don't fuck around. And when I tell you judgment is going to be served on you, judgment will be served. I tell you, Auntie Ines, she used to smoke the pipe. She used to smoke the tobacco. I remember her. I was maybe 3 or 4 years old when she died. And she left me her powers. The power to see. Come on out, whoever is coming. Just hold on a minute unless you don't want to be on video. But I tell you what, Auntie Ines was a powerful goddess affaire. Moun te ka vini tout an Dominic pour parler avec lui. Et puis il quitte tout powers li ba mwen. Comment ka di ça en créole? Anyway, ma connais comment dire. Même ou connais ça mwen ka di. Et puis moi ka di ou. Se ou pa kwe sa mwen ka di se vwe. Ani vini asi mwen. Pour mwen betche chou. Et puis mwen ka voye ou. Jwen zezi skwi. Zot tout le ale. Comment ka di ça? Hell is la fe. And heaven is what? What is heaven? Heaven. The Muslims call it Jannah. All of you want to go to Jannah, but none of you want to die. I am the only man who every day I wake up, look forward to the moment and the opportunity of death. For death is inevitable. And I have no problem saying anything that I'm saying. And to the gossipers, spread the word, spread the message of His Holiness Pope Emmanuel to your friends and your relatives and your groups. I bless you always, and I tell you, if you stand against me, you are going to have a terrible end. May my spirit be with you, and my peace I give unto you, as Jesus gave His peace
onto the Romans. So one more time. 1 puff, 2 puff, 3 puffs for Commodore. 1, 2. You're not supposed to inhale. And then we'll wash it down. We'll wash it down with a sip of the Johnny Walker Double Black, y'all's favorite on the island. 1 sip, 2 sip. I can drink how many fucking sips I want because I have a whole goddamn bottle. A whole bottle. A whole bottle. All for me. All for me and none for you. And look at my master computer. Where